All right, good morning. I'm so sorry for the late start, but thank you to all who have joined us. My name is Amanda with stemCONNECT, and we're on our next stop of the virtual college tour with Seminole State College. We've done a couple of presentations with some of their specific programs in the past, like modeling and simulation. So it'll definitely be interesting to see more about this college and how you guys can get started. With that said, I'm going to pass it off to Seminole State so that way they can go ahead and introduce themselves.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rosemary from Seminole State College, and I work through the admissions office. My colleague is here as well. She's going to be using the chat feature to, send out information about the college, links, and then also with the questions that you guys may have between myself and her. And then here as well, I have Adam Stark, and he will be presenting after we present about Seminole State, the admissions portion. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with about a 30 to 35-minute video presentation about Seminole State College. So it's going to give you information from the programs that we offer to how much it costs to go to Seminole State. So there's a lot of great information, the campus locations, videos on those campus locations. So we're going to show you that first. And then afterwards, we're then going to have Adam Stark speak as well. And then from there, we will open it up to questions for anybody that has any questions in regards to Seminole State. So if you'd like to go ahead and begin that would be great.
Awesome. You guys should see that pop up on your screen. If there's any issues, definitely send that into the question or chat box.
Welcome to Seminole State College. This presentation is provided to you from the Office of Admissions. We appreciate you taking an interest in our college and hope today's presentation is helpful. To begin, you will notice on your screen a collage of topics. This is the homepage for the presentation. On this homepage, you will notice the phrase, "Go State, Go Far." You may have heard or seen it, but what does it mean? This is Seminole State's motto, which means that when you start at Seminole State, you've chosen a college that is dedicated to helping you reach your fullest potential. Whether you seek a field in STEM or not, we offer many educational pathways to help you realize your dreams. With all the resources we provide, you truly can go far. When you start at Seminole State, you become a Raider. Seminole State was founded in 1966, and in that year, our mascot, Rally the Raider, was born. He is the face of Seminole State and loves to attend events on campus. Let's take a closer look at the pictures seen here. The first picture you see is Rally with our president, Dr. Lorenz, and Seminole State graduates. The next picture is Rally with students and staff at one of our events on campus. At Seminole State, we are known as the Raiders. On the next slide, we will learn why you should choose Seminole State. Now, why choose Seminole State? Here is a list of 7 reasons why. We have degrees that lead to jobs, affordable tuition, convenient locations and online options, small class sizes, the Grindle Honors Institute, the first generation freshman program, and university transfer programs. I will discuss these topics further throughout the presentation. Let's start with your educational options at Seminole State. The types of programs offered at Seminole State include certificates, the Associate in Science degree, the Associate in Arts degree, and bachelor's degrees. No matter which path you choose, there is opportunity for upward movement. For instance, if a student started with a certificate program, they could continue their education in either an 8S degree or use the courses as electives towards an 8A degree. The reason the arrow points towards the 8S degree is because many of our credit certificate programs are embedded in our AS degrees. Therefore, the classes taken under the certificate will count towards classes needed for that AS degree. If a student had an Associate in Science degree or an Associate in Arts degree, this would provide them with the opportunity to pursue a bachelor's degree. To understand each program, we're going to look at an educational pathway for each. Let's start with certificates. Certificates require 1 year or less of schooling. Seminole State offers 2 types, credit certificates and vocational certificates. Vocational certificates provide practical skills and hands-on training for specific trades or career fields such as heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, as well as plumbing. Credit certificates, on the other hand, include comprehensive training and education needed to enter the field and can later be used towards satisfying an associate in science degree. Certificates prepare a student for immediate employment once completed, as it is a fast-track option into the workforce. Seminole State offers 85 certificate programs from 3 main areas: the arts and sciences, which include areas like video editing and post-production; business, health, and public safety, which covers business and information management; and engineering, design, and construction, which includes general building maintenance. On the next slide, I will provide you with an example of an educational pathway for the credit certificate in small business management. An educational pathway provides a full list of courses needed for each program of study. There is an educational pathway for each program offered at Seminole State listed on our website. Today, we will be looking at the Small Business Management Educational Pathway. As you can see, the courses required for this program are specific to this career. For instance, the entrepreneurship class will teach you skills on how to open up your own business. You will also notice that at the bottom of the page, it indicates that this certificate is upward compatible with the AS degree in Business Administration and the AS degree in Entrepreneurship and Business Management. This means that you have the option to continue your education in a degree that you've already started learning about. Each box is labeled Term 1, Term 2, and Term 3. This indicates the order in which you can take your courses. The terms listed on the educational pathway are not specific to a start term, as you can begin in any term. At Seminole State, we meet on a semester basis, which means that we meet 3 times a year: fall, spring, and summer. The fall term begins in late August and is 16 weeks. Spring begins in early January and is 16 weeks. And summer begins in May and is 12 weeks. So, if a student attended for 3 terms, they would have completed 1 year of college. Although you may begin college at any point, some certificate programs do have specific start dates, so you will want to find this information out beforehand. As I continue through the presentation, I will show you 2 additional pathways and will be providing you with more college knowledge. Next, we will be discussing the Associate in Science degree. The Associate in Science degree is a 2-year degree that is career specific. This degree prepares a student to enter into the workforce and begin their career. It is designed to provide the student with the knowledge and skills for immediate employment. Although science is listed in the name, this does not mean they are science-based. Associate in Science means that this program is preparing the student to work in a specialized field. Under this degree, students will be required to take general education courses such as English, math, social science, and courses specific to the career they will be pursuing. The AS degree also provides students with the option to continue onto one of Seminole State's bachelor's degrees or transfer to universities that have articulated agreements with the college. Seminole State offers 30 AS degree programs from 3 main areas: the arts and sciences, which include areas like digital cinema and television production; business, health, and public safety, which includes respiratory care; and engineering, design, and construction, which includes automotive. On the next slide, I will provide you with an example of an educational pathway for our respiratory care AS degree. I chose respiratory care to show you as it is a limited access program. Not all AS degrees are limited access, but most healthcare programs are. Limited access programs are competitive as they only accept a limited number of students into their program based on specific admissions criteria. In healthcare, students who are accepted into a limited access program go through special training to prepare them to work in that profession. Nursing and physical therapy assistant are 2 other examples of healthcare programs that are limited access. The Associate in Arts degree is a 2-year program that prepares a student to transfer into a bachelor's degree upon completion. Seminole State has 102 Associate in Arts degrees to choose from. Under the AA degree, a student will primarily take general education courses, including 9 credits of communication, 3 classes, 6 credits of social science, 2 classes, 3 credits of history, 1 class, 6 credits of science, 2 classes, 6 credits of math, 2 classes, 6 credits of humanities, 2 classes, and additional courses towards elective credits that will fulfill prerequisites needed for that major. The AA degree is the most direct route towards a bachelor's degree. whether at Seminole State, a Florida State University, or an out-of-state college. On the next slide, I will provide you with an example of an educational pathway for our Information Technology AA degree. This is an educational pathway for the AA degree in Information Technology. The student will primarily take general education courses under this program. You will notice the letters CPP, which stands for Common Program Prerequisite, in parentheses next to many of the courses. This refers to elective courses that are needed for this specific major in order to transfer to a university. You are guaranteed admission into one of Florida's public universities by meeting minimum criteria. Seminole State will assign an advisor to you based on your major who will ensure that you will have met the minimum criteria needed to transfer. Now for some college knowledge. As you can see, most of the classes here are 3 credits. The number of credits is indicated in a box to the right of each course. 3 credits refers to the number of hours you will spend in class per week. Seminole State students have the option to take a class 2 days a week, either on a Monday and a Wednesday, or a Tuesday and Thursday. You also have the option to take a class just 1 day a week. For each term, you will notice that 4 classes are listed. In college, a full-time student will take 12 credit hours, which is standard. It is not required that a student be full-time, but it is an option. Taking more than 12 credits is also an option, but not generally recommended due to the potential workload. If you add up all the credits from each term, it equals 60, which is the amount of credits needed to complete an AA degree. An AA degree can be completed in 2 years. Although the AA is a 2-year program and the educational pathway listed 12 credits per term, in college you can choose to take less than 12 credits. If you take less than 12 credits, you're considered a part-time student. On this slide, you will notice that if a student started in the fall term and took 12 credits, then in the spring, 12 credits, and in the summer, 6 credits, when you add this up, it equals out to 30 credits, which is 1 year of college. You can then mirror that for the next upcoming term. This is a common example of how a student can complete their courses to balance their workload, but it's completely up to you. Next, we will be discussing bachelor's degrees. Bachelor's degrees typically take 4 years to complete and are a total of 120 credits. If you recall, the associate in arts degree is 60 credits and is considered the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree. This is made possible with a 2+2 system. Students who take advantage of the 2+2 system at Seminole State benefit from small class sizes, personalized instruction, and affordable tuition for both their AA degree as well as their junior and senior year if they stay to pursue one of Seminole State's 7 bachelor's degrees. Seminole State offers 7 bachelor's degrees. Students who pursue a bachelor's degree in one of these fields benefit from lower tuition compared to state universities, the convenience of day, evening, or online classes, and much more. To be accepted into one of Seminole State's bachelor's degrees, a student will first need to complete either their Associate in Arts degree and or Associate in Science degree. In short, if you have an interest in a STEM field, you have many choices at Seminole State. You can pursue a certificate, an AA, AS, or bachelor's degree in one or more areas of interest in science, technology, engineering, and or mathematics. Now, what's even better is that Seminole State is regionally accredited. What does that mean? You can get a regionally accredited bachelor's degree for about half the cost of what you'd spend at a university and can stay closer to home while working on your educational journey. Well, what does regionally accredited mean? Regionally accredited means that the institution voluntarily had an outside organization examine their courses, programs, policies to verify that the education provided by the institution meets a strict criteria and that their students are receiving a valuable education. This is the most widely known type of accreditation nationwide, and the credits from these institutions are the most transferable. For instance, Seminole State, UCF, UF, FSU, Stetson, Rollins, and Harvard, to name a few, are all regionally accredited. Other schools are nationally accredited. A national accreditation is widely known for a less rigorous process, and the credits and degrees taken there are not recognized by regionally accredited institutions, and therefore not transferable. One thing to remember is to always ask, how an institution is accredited instead of if they are accredited. The accreditation makes a difference. Students who take advantage of the 2+2 system can benefit from completing their AA degree at Seminole State and then transferring automatically as a junior into one of Florida's 12 state universities to complete their bachelor's degree. The reason credits can transfer between schools is because they are recognized as regionally accredited. As you can see on the slide, you can easily transfer to any one of Florida's state universities. The Direct Connect to UCF program is an agreement that UCF has with selected institutions, including Seminole State. Once the student has completed their first semester at Seminole State, they will begin to meet with a UCF success coach on our Sanford Lake Mary campus to have one-on-one transfer guidance. When students complete their AA degree or articulated AS degree, they are guaranteed entry into UCF to complete their bachelor's degree. Seminole State is among 8 schools who have partnered with the University of Florida Online to offer students another transfer option. Start a Raider, finish a Gator. If a student completes their AA degree at Seminole State, they receive accelerated admission for one of UF's 24 online bachelor programs. They also receive a 25% reduction in their tuition and personalized guidance from an academic advisor from start to finish. This allows a student to stay local and save money by completing their UF degree online. Speaking of affordable education, Seminole State offers affordable tuition for all programs. Here you can see the cost per credit. Most colleges charge for each credit that you take. For instance, at Seminole State, one credit costs a little over $104. Most classes in college are 3 credits. So, if you take 3 times $104, the cost of one class, let's say English, at Seminole State is approximately $313. Then, if you take 3 credits times the cost of one credit at FSU, which is approximately $217, that comes out to around $651 for just one class. That's over $300 more than the same class at Seminole State. Look at how much you can truly save. Now, let's look at the cost per year. This chart shows the estimated cost per year for Seminole State compared to UF, FSU, and UCF. Seminole State is a commuter school, which means that you commute from home to campus and therefore do not have to pay the cost of room and board. This is a huge savings. The amount you see listed includes tuition and fees and books only. The cost listed to attend a Florida Public University includes the cost of tuition and fees, books, meal plans, and dorm fees, as you will need to pay for room and board to live on campus. Now let's say we remove the cost of room and board from the 3 Florida Public Universities. Room and board could be approximately $10,000. Even without room and board, the cost per credit for tuition is still more. Therefore, the cost to attend Seminole State would still be less. So, as you can see, you save on your education at Seminole State. Seminole State has 4 physical campus locations for in-person learning and Seminole Online for learning virtually. If you prefer to take classes in person, we offer day, evening, and weekend classes at all locations. Altogether, we serve 30,000 students. No matter the size of our student population, our class sizes will never exceed a 30-to-1 student-teacher ratio. This provides a personalized approach to learning, and students can meet with their professors during office hours for more help if needed. General education courses are provided on every campus to provide students with the convenience of taking their classes on the campus they prefer. Now let's take a closer look at our campuses. Let's begin with our Sanford Lake Mary campus. The Sanford Lake Mary campus is our main campus with over 13 buildings covering 200 acres of land. This campus is home to our Wayne M. Dench Partnership Center, the Center for Public Safety, the Automotive Training Center, the Fine Arts Theater, the Student Center Building, the Raider Center, and is one of 2 locations for the Grindle Honors Institute. This campus also houses programs such as digital media, information systems technology, business, legal studies, and much more. And at the Sanford Lake Mary campus, students can satisfy their science and math prerequisites required to transfer into a medical or engineering career field and train for careers in computer science and information systems technology fields. Please enjoy a short video clip of this campus. The Altamont Springs campus is comprised of 2 buildings with the potential to expand. This campus houses our health programs such as nursing, respiratory care, physical therapy assistant, and pharmacy tech. Students can also satisfy their math and science prerequisites towards an AA or AS degree in either the medical or engineering fields. This campus includes state-of-the-art health labs and technology-based classrooms. Please enjoy a short video clip of this campus. The Heathrow campus is conveniently located near I-4 and offers state-of-the-art labs and classrooms, general education courses, and is home to our architecture design, interior design, and construction programs. This campus prepares students with AutoCAD training and software training that is aligned with what is being used in the industry. Please enjoy a short video clip of this campus. The Oviedo campus is comprised of 2 buildings and sits on 185 acres of land. 120 of those acres are preserved wetlands and is considered an environmental conservation. Students can satisfy their entire AE degree on this campus, as well as complete courses towards engineering technology. This campus is one of 2 locations for the Grindle Honors Institute and is located just 3 miles from UCF. Please enjoy a short video clip of this campus. The second largest campus is our online campus. This means that the second largest group of students who attend Seminole State take their courses online with us. We offer flexible, convenient study options with over 40 fully online programs. Online classes are structured to fit around work and family life. Our Seminole Online campus enables you to achieve your educational goals at a time that works for you. Now for remote learning. Remote learning is different from Seminole Online, as these online classes also require you to log in at specific meeting times for virtual lectures. All campus locations provide the same resources, services, and experiences, so students can attend any location to their liking. We are considered one college, so feel free to travel between locations and get involved. Up next, we'll talk about paying for college. Seminole State is ranked as one of the most affordable colleges in the country. In addition to affordable tuition, Seminole State provides several resources to help students and their families pay for college. One way to pay for college is to see if you are eligible for financial aid from the federal government. The first step is to complete the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA. It's easy to apply online at fafsa.ed.gov. The FAFSA determines if you're eligible for grants and/or loans. A grant is money that is awarded by the federal government and does not need to be paid back. On the other hand, a loan does need to be paid back. The FAFSA can be completed as early as October, and it is encouraged to be completed as soon as it becomes available. Now, what if you need help filling out the FAFSA? Trio Connections of Central Florida provides free services to assist students and parents with completing their FAFSA. We have a Trio office on our Sanford Lake Mary campus. Students can schedule an in-person or online appointment for one-on-one assistance no matter what college they plan to attend. If you're unsure or have questions on how to complete the FAFSA, they are a great resource to make sure you complete it correctly. Next, let's look at scholarships. Another way to pay for college is through scholarships, which can be used in combination with the FAFSA. Seminole State offers a wide range of scholarship opportunities that can be found on seminolestate.edu/scholarships. Each year, we award more than $1 million in institutional scholarships and more than $50 million in financial aid. So, I encourage you to apply. If you're considering applying to Seminole State, what steps do you take? The first step is to apply. The application can be submitted online and there's no application fee. High school seniors are encouraged to apply between August and December of their senior year, but because we have rolling admission, we will accept applications on an ongoing basis. By applying early, the college will begin to prepare you with steps to move you through the process of enrollment. At Seminole State, we do not require test scores for admission into the college. We use test scores to determine if a student places into college-ready English and math courses. Students who enter 9th grade and completed their senior year from a Florida public school and will earn a Florida Standard High School diploma are considered an exempt student. The college will verify that you are exempt once we receive your final high school transcript, and you will automatically be placed into college-level English and math courses. You may be required to send your test scores to the college and/or take a test with the college if you do not fall under the exemption rule. So now for the last step. Our only requirement for admission is to have a standard high school diploma or GED. We ask that you provide proof of graduation by requesting your final transcript be sent to the college after you graduate. As you can see, our process is simple to complete. So now that you've heard plenty about the college, let's take a moment to hear from a former student talk about his experience at Seminole State and learn why the decision to attend Seminole State was the right choice for him.
Hello, my name is Abdullah Kiswani, and I am an undergraduate aerospace engineering student at the University of Central Florida. I am also a Seminole State College alumnus, where I graduated with my Associate of Arts summer of 2019. During my time at Seminole State, I was enrolled in the Aerospace Engineering Associate of Arts pathway. This track allowed me to develop an excellent foundation in the basics of STEM before taking off to upper-level courses. Some of the advantages of taking STEM classes at Seminole State include affordable tuition, small class sizes, option for online learning, and guaranteed transfer from an AA to a bachelor's degree. For me, The most significant advantage of taking classes at Seminole State College is the small class sizes. Being in a class of 30 or fewer students comes with benefits such as individualized attention from instructor, hands-on learning, and more constructive feedback, which ultimately yields to a better academic performance. Seminole State College also has a STEM certificate program that is offered to students seeking an associate in advanced STEM fields. It is structured to help students gain access to engaging classes, informative seminars, and professional networking opportunities. Successful completion of the program results in less time spent at the university and a higher probability of admission to limited access programs. I'm thankful for what Seminole State College offered me in the first 2 years of college. And because of that great foundation in STEM, I was able to transfer to UCF and enroll in the Aerospace Accelerated Bachelor's to Master's program, where I can get a head start on my master classes during my undergraduate studies. In addition to academia, I was able to secure a job with Lockheed Martin as a C-Web quality engineer. C-Web stands for College Work Experience Program, and it allows undergraduate and graduate students to gain real-world work skills and abilities relevant to their academic and career goals. So, if you plan to attend UCF or one of Florida's other state universities to pursue a degree in STEM, I highly encourage you to consider Seminole State College. With over 200 degree and certificate programs, I'm sure you will find a track that aligns with your career goals. Thank you for your time, and go State, go far.
Now that you know more about Seminole State, we hope you choose us to start your college career. Please feel free to contact either of the representatives listed on this slide if you have any questions. Thank you, and go Raiders! All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just give you a brief overview first prior to Adam speaking. So this is Dr. Adam Stark. He is the Dean for the Center for Computer and Engineering Technology. He began his career as a 7th grade math teacher in 2004. From there, Adam moved to information technology and began working for companies in Florida and Alabama. After this brief Southern tour, he returned home to Purdue University, where he took on his first leadership role as the service desk manager for the College of Liberal Arts. In 2015, Adam joined Seminole State College as the manager for administrative computing, where he and his dedicated team were responsible for handling the technical phone calls for all students, faculty, and staff at the college. In May of 2017, he earned his PhD from Purdue University with a focus on the training and education of IT professionals in cybersecurity. Dr. Adam Stark joined the faculty at Seminole State College in 2018 as the program manager and professor for the associate's degree in information technology. So I'm going to pass it over to Dr. Adam Stark.
Good morning. I hope everybody's having a good day. I know you got a lot of information thrown at you and are probably got a lot of different questions. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a brief overview, focusing primarily on information technology, just because that's where a lot of my background is. Just recently, I've inherited the engineering department, learning a lot about engineering and growing in engineering. So what we offer at the college is we offer several different programs, several different tracks specific to IT and engineering. In IT, in our associate's degree level, we have programming, we have the associates in information systems technology, we have computer applications, which would be the Office suite or Google suite, and then we also have a digital media track for those of you that are a little more graphically inclined. So those are our main tracks that we have on the IT side. On the engineering side, we have mechatronics and robotics, we have fluid power engineering, and then we also have architectural engineering design. So if you're more interested in building systems and controls. So one of the goals, and it was hit several times in the video, was talking about our smaller class sizes. Where I went to school, did my undergrad at Purdue University and did my master's at University of Florida. I was in classes with 300 plus students. I actually sat in the balcony in some of my classes in undergrad. So sitting in the balcony, you can imagine how well I did in the class. Most of the time I sat there and did the crossword puzzle while the instructor talked. That was if I ever went to class. I know I wasn't a very good student. I got better as I got better going to class as I got more into it. But because there were 300 students, the instructor didn't notice me. Our class sizes, we max out at 30 students. I know the students who are in my class, and then I see them term over term in repeated classes. So you get that really direct connection to your students. And then also we use other tools to interact with our students. Not only do we have email, we have Canvas, which is our online learning platform, but in my courses, I use a tool called Discord. I'm sure you may be familiar with it. It's a chat tool. So it's primarily for gamers. But I use that tool to interact with my students because my students are already interested in Discord, and it allows us another avenue to connect. So I try and be available most of the time to my students because I know them and I've interacted with them. So you'll get that more direct interaction with your instructors. Now, on our Bachelor's of IT side, we focus primarily on programming and then on cybersecurity. Programming, pretty obvious what you're going to be doing. You're going to be creating applications, updating applications, lots of opportunity there. The growing market right now, if you're interested in technology, is in cybersecurity. In cybersecurity, in Central Florida alone, there are about 10,000 unfilled jobs each year because we just don't have the people for cybersecurity. So think about what's happened in the last year and a half, 2 years. We all got sent home, and we all have to work from home and work remotely. A lot of us are choosing to continue to work from home. Schools were done remotely. So networking became incredibly important because without high-speed networks, none of that would have been possible. And now the fact that everyone's distributed on their own home computers, cybersecurity incidents have gone through the roof. So cybersecurity jobs are not going anywhere. They're not going to be replaced by robots. It is a very secure field, and starting out, you can get into cybersecurity in an entry-level job starting at $50,000 to $60,000, and you can start that with your associate's degree and several certifications along the way. Another program that we have tailored more towards our engineering side, we have a partnership with Universal Studios, where they have apprentices who are employed by Universal Studios, and their job at Universal is they learn to run the rides. They work on the rides, they maintain the rides, because if you think about a ride, we see it from the front and it looks really cool and it's all the flashing lights and all the fire and the smoke, but on the back of the house, it's a closed network with a lot of electronics and a lot of mechanics. So they come to us to learn about how to maintain the ride, the electronics, the controllers, the networking in those rides, and then we train them, and then they go back to Universal and learn how to run the specific rides. So what we're doing is we're helping them increase their career while they're working, while they're learning. And that's one of the big opportunities, the benefits that we as Seminole State offer when you compare us to your Florida States, your UCFs, is that you can still work while you're taking classes with us. Our associates, our IT degrees, most of them can be completed entirely online. You do not have to set foot on campus. And this is pre-lockdown, pre-pandemic, and we're choosing to continue these degrees as we continue to open up. But our degrees will be available entirely online. So we have students who don't even live in the state of Florida. In fact, last year, I was able to help award scholarships to 7 different students. And one of those students was actually deployed to Kuwait. So he was serving active military service and also working to finish his degree at the college. So I was honored to be able to help award him a $5,000 scholarship for the amazing work that he's done, but it wasn't even in the country. So those are just some of the really great opportunities that we have. And a lot of that is, again, goes back to based on our class sizes. I was able to call and directly connect with this student who was standing outside of a barracks in Kuwait and work with them to get them the scholarship and to get them this opportunity. So that's what you'll find in our faculty. And that's not just localized to the engineering and technology faculty. Our faculty college-wide are going to want to work directly with their students to help you be successful. Because as you learn and do different visits through colleges, you'll find out the different level of instructors that you have. The bigger schools, you'll have a teaching assistant. You'll have a graduate student who may teach your courses. You may never see a professor when you're in one of those big 300-person classes. We don't have teaching assistants. We don't have graduate students teaching our courses. Our faculty at least have a master's degree in the area, and a fair amount of them have a doctoral degree or some sort of terminal degree. And a lot of what we have as well is we have additional faculty who are working full-time. So they work in engineering, they work in technology, they're professionals, but they choose to come back and to teach our courses. So not only are we teaching you what is cutting edge, but they're also actually the ones out there doing it and actually creating those technologies and implementing those technologies. So it's a really great opportunity for you as our students to learn from the people who are actually doing it. So there's just a couple of the advantages that we have and some of the things that we're really proud of here at the college. And specifically, so I know also in technology and engineering, because as soon as they write the textbooks for technology and engineering, they're already out of date. So our faculty are diligent at making sure that all of our courses are up to date, that they're relevant, and then we also work with industry partners to make sure that we are bringing the content to our students that is actually relevant. We don't want to be teaching outdated technology because you can't get a job with that. So we focus on making sure that it's relevant. Rosemary, did you have any other thing that I should hit on or add, or do we want to open it up for questions?
Yeah, I think that if Amanda wanted to open it up to questions, if you want to pick your top questions, we can go from there. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. The presentation was great, and Adam gave some great information right there. Some of our most common questions that we get, the first one is there a most popular degree, and do you know why it's the most popular?
Ooh, I would say, well, I think it's a combination. I would say like business is very popular. I think information technology as well, and nursing.
Yes.
I think they all have different aspects of why they're interested in. Many people want to work in the health field, and nursing is something that just a lot of students are I think hear about and are very interested in. And then I think with business and IT, I think those are just very popular fields that students feel as though, they have an interest in and would like to pursue. So I would say probably why. I would say it's a combination of probably those three. Adam, if you feel as though there's anyone that might be popular, I would say those three I've heard a lot.
Yeah, we get a lot of interest in IT just straight up due to pop culture. Students like to play video games. So to have a career in playing video games is to get into IT. Now, once you start actually finding out what it takes to make a video game and be part of video gaming, it's not a lot of fun. It's like eating pizza every day for the rest of your life. You would start to hate pizza. But we have a lot of avenues so we can attract students with video games and they can be involved in the video game process. So there's other ways that we can keep students involved in those avenues. But what we also see is a lot of interest in cybersecurity. Hacking, look at the news, look at movies, look at TV, it involves cybersecurity incidents. And students, just by watching what they watch, what's the Netflix show that just get clickbait? Perfect example of social media and cybersecurity issues. So it's top of mind, and students are seeing it in everything that they consume.
Awesome. So they also always want to know about clubs and what is the most popular club for somebody to join at the school.
Oh, okay. Well, Seminole State has over 50 plus clubs and organizations for students to join. In addition to clubs, we also have intramural and recreational sports, and then we have professional sports teams. So whether you are interested in, if you want to, do a professional sports team, then that's something that you would have to apply for. But if you just wanted to get involved in sports, whether it be they have off-campus hiking, canoeing, flag football, volleyball tournaments, ping pong tournaments, And then really honestly a range of clubs. I think that Student Government Association is probably one of the most popular that a lot of students get involved in because they can, what's neat about student government is that those students can actually they're the voice for the students at the college. So they can actually bring, things up to have changed or improved at the school. So for instance, we have recycling bins on campus. And the reason we have those is because student government actually brought that to our attention, and they really wanted to have recycling bins on campus. So years ago, they brought that up, and that's a change that they were able to make. So I would say that that's probably one of the most popular ones, just because the students were able to make a difference. And then they also have Seminole State Volunteers. So if you wanted to, volunteer with different organizations, we actually have a club called Seminole State Volunteers. And what's cool is you actually, if you have enough people, you can create your own club, right? So if you have enough people that are interested in it, and we don't have that club at Seminole State, then you can actually create your own club. So yeah, so a lot of opportunities.
Talking about varsity sports, again, to hit the gaming, our newest incoming varsity sport is esports. So we will have an esports team that will be at the varsity level, and we're actually working with Electronic Arts and the Orlando Magic to help get our team off the ground. Because surprisingly, the Orlando Magic are actually very interested in esports. And we do very specific events tailored to areas of technology. So every year we have an event called Freaks and Geeks, where it's a digital media and gaming conference, not like a MegaCon or anything like that, but where come out, they play tabletop games, they play Dungeons and Dragons, they have Pokemon, and then we also have just straight up video game, League of Legends, Counter-Strike. And then in February, we'll be making this a regular. We have a cybersecurity competition where students actually play a video game against each other, and it's a bracket system where they compete against each other playing a game called Threat Gen. And it's really great because we have the creators of the game who are there commentating as the students are playing the game. So you can watch students play the game, and then I'm dating myself, but pop-up video, the creators of the game will go, oh, hear that little bit of music? I had a really hard time finding that piece of music. Or they update the code in the game as we're playing the game. So it's just a really cool opportunity for our students. And in that competition, the winner of that competition got $500. Second and third place got $250. So not bad for playing a video game for an evening.
And they have a gaming room on the Sanford Lake Mary campus.
Yes, and we actually have a video gaming club as well.
That's so awesome. So to follow up with that, for these sports teams, do they need to try out, or can they do walk-on kind of deal?
So for the professional sports teams, so we have men's baseball, women's softball, women's golf, and men's and women's cross country. For those, you do have to try out. Each area has their own guidelines of when their tryouts are. So that's the professional sports team. So if you want to be on Seminole State's baseball team, men's and women's cross country, then you would have to try out for that. But if you just you didn't necessarily want to be on a sports team, but you wanted to be involved in sports, then that's where intramural and recreational sports comes in, where they have all different types of sports.
And we just this fall opened our brand new athletic facility. So all new facilities, really great weightlifting area, basketball court, and then the varsity sports have their own annex where they've got their own facilities. But for the students and the faculty and staff, they have access to it as well. So if you just want to go work out and lift weights, if you want to go play basketball with some friends, that is available. And it's a really cool facility.
Yeah, it's really nice. And it's completely free. All clubs and activities, all the sports, the new Raider Center, everything's free to students. And then there's lockers in there as well, and changing rooms, and everything there really for the student.
That's awesome. It's always great to take advantage of those stuff while you're going to school. So when should seniors apply by, or when should juniors apply by to get into Seminole State?
Yeah, so generally we say for students in your senior year of high school, we encourage you to apply between August and December. Now we do have rolling admissions, so that means that you can continue to apply on an ongoing basis, and so we'll continue to accept applications. But we do encourage you to try and do it between August and December. And the reason for that is because then we can connect with you. You're going to know early on, what your steps are, with your application, and then what additional steps can you take right now while you're in high school, and then what steps you then will take once you've graduated from high school. So you'll know early on what those steps are so that you make sure that, you get that process done in a timely fashion. And then you also have the opportunity to, get the earliest orientation, best pick of classes. So it's always to your advantage to, start that process early. Although we do have rolling admissions, it's always important to start that process early so that we can connect with you and make sure that you're getting through that process and that we can assist with any questions that you have.
And from personal experience, your senior year is going to be a whole lot more fun if you know where you're going next year. You don't want to have to stress about it and worry about it. So if you can get it done before Christmas, then you don't have to worry about it. You can have fun in the spring.
Yep. And then Miss Amanda can actually provide, I work through the admissions office, and then my colleague Eve, we both work through the admissions office. So Miss Amanda has our information. So she can, if you want somebody that you'd like to directly reach out to and you have questions, you want to meet with us, and you want to, sit down and go over your steps and what would a student need to do with Seminole State through the admissions process, then you can reach out directly to us and she can provide, on that video, our information is at the very end. You can contact either one of us, and she can also, provide it to you as well. And then we're happy to assist you through that process.
Yeah, I know some of you have just joined on towards the question and answer. We'll have the recording available as soon as possible so all the classes who are just joining can get caught up and see what else has been talked about and see the video. And just like she mentioned, anybody who is watching this recording later on, don't be shy. If you send in questions, there is still a question box available for this during playback. We'll take those questions and we'll get you connected to the right person. So submit any questions that you have still. And a final question that we've been getting a lot, is there a main campus or a campus that students need to be near that's more ideal for them?
Yeah, so I think, well, we do have a main campus. So the main campus is our Sanford Lake Mary campus. It's the largest of all campus locations. Because it is the largest, it houses the most programs there. But we do have, so it's about convenience too. It depends on what the student is looking for. So on the Sanford Lake Mary campus, and on any campus, you can take your general education courses. So for instance, your English, your math, your science, you can take anywhere. And then depending on your program, then you may take those specific courses on a specific location, right? So you really can take your classes anywhere. And even if you were to, we're closer to the Oviedo campus, for instance, and you took your general education classes there, but you also wanted to check out the Raider Center and play a basketball game, you can go in between campuses and, jump in between campuses, take classes. If you want to go to the Raider Center because it's on the Sanford campus, you can go there to play a game with your friends. So although the Sanford campus does house the most programs and it has the Raider Center there, all campus locations do have clubs and activities on that campus. So don't feel as though, you're welcome, of course, to go to any campus location, but not necessarily do you have to go to the main campus if you feel as though you'd like to attend, a smaller campus location or if it's closer to your house. But you can get involved no matter which location you attend. You can get involved on any campus location.
Awesome. That's the last of our questions. Is there any last thoughts you'd like to leave with students who are interested or are definitely thinking about applying for Seminole State?
Yeah, I would just encourage you to apply early to college because it's in your best interest to get that process started. You can also take a tour of our campus. So if you're interested in doing like an individualized tour, you want to check out what Seminole State has to offer and you actually want to get on campus. before making your decision, I highly encourage you to go online and schedule a campus tour with us. That's another option for you. And then if you do have questions, feel free to reach out to either Eve or myself. Again, we work through the admissions office. We can assist you through the process. And even if maybe you have a question and it may not necessarily be admission, but you're not sure who to ask, you can reach out to us and we can help direct you to who you would direct that question to. So we're really there to help you through the process. And I encourage you guys to check us out. It's a great college, small class sizes, affordable. So it's definitely worth checking out. And then Adam, if you wanted to add anything as well.
I would say too, you're going to talk to admissions for the specifics on how to get into the college. If you're interested in a content area, go to our web pages, look at the specific area's webpage, and then don't hesitate to contact them. I met with a potential student Saturday because he's interested in IT and he wanted to know the difference from some of the different tracks. So I met with the student on Saturday and we talked about the different options, the different career paths. We're here at the college because we want to work directly with our students. So don't hesitate to go, that person has a pretty fancy title, I better not bother them. We want to talk to you. We like to talk about our programs. We get excited about our programs. So reach out to us in our specific areas. We may not know exactly how to help you get enrolled, but we'll point you in what classes to take, sometimes what classes not to take, when to take classes, and career options. Because let's be honest, we're here because we want to either get a job or we want to get a better job. So we like to help point students in that direction.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for your time. And thank you, Eve, for sending in the information for our everybody who joined. I hope everyone had a great experience on this virtual college tour. And we'll be back with more tours throughout November. And then we don't pick back up until February. Actually, the end of January is paying for post-secondary. So for those who are joining us today, please keep joining us. We really appreciate it. And those watching the recording, don't be afraid to reach out if you'd like more information. And thank you all. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day.
Thank you so much.
All right, the webinar should shut down for everybody. If it doesn't, please let me know in an email.